say goodnight, huh?
Okay, we are live on YouTube, so I'm going to go ahead and add the fellas here. Here we go. Just punch them right in. There we are. What's going on, guys? This is the Brian. Wow, Brian was the first one in. He wrote back right away, so this extra low latency, it's called ultra low latency, is pretty good. I couldn't up the quality. Thanks, Arcade Eric. Yeah, I couldn't up the quality. YouTube was like, nope, you can't do that. I would have to actually go into manual mode, which I wasn't. That probably would have taken me another half hour. Yeah, I can hear myself now, so that's you, Troy.
Right? That was my fault.
I just heard a little echo.
I was trying to.
But it's working. Holy crap. This is great. Cool. Oh, Brian he said he F5'd. Okay, so it works good. So that's great. I can actually create the description. I can get a thumbnail going on. I didn't do a thumbnail this time because I don't want to waste time, but I could have if I wanted to. But it's going to auto-kill. This auto-kills also. I set it to do that because it's the test stream. So thanks, guys, for testing it out. Let me know how it sounds, all that good jazz. I think 1080p is fine also. But I want to be Linus, right? Like Linus Tech Tips. He broadcasts in like these crazy resolutions, but I got to play with it. I would love to broadcast in 4K. I know I have the capability to do it. My hardware can handle it. I could probably stream at 4K and record in 4K at the same time without a hiccup on my system. Hopefully.
Brian saying that 1080 is just fine.
Yeah. So, hey, Barricade, what's going on? Yeah, we're doing test streams. Barricade, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. You ever see LL Cool J? I'm going to knock you out. Yeah.
Sorry, the daughter came in with questions and asked me.
Brian, the only problem, I could do 60 frames per second, but I'd have to go down on, to 1080p on my camera in order to do that. So I'm going to save 60 frames per second, most likely for when I'm gaming. I'll change it to 1080p at that point. Yeah, Barricade said, heck yes. We were just talking about you, Barricade, about the, we call it kind of the train wreck where we didn't help you fix your Space Invaders there. But I kind of looked at the footage. We did pretty good. We were all troubleshooting, and it was just, there's nothing you can do when the hardware just doesn't want to cooperate. But it was you. I think Francis was there, Kapow, and the rest of us, that Tim guy, helping you out.
I think he got rid of that game, didn't he? He said he traded it in, right?
Yeah, Barricade, you got rid of that Space Invaders, you said, right? You sold it? I've been following his channel. He's got, I think he got another, he was building a Raiden at one point. Yeah, we're just regular guys, by the way, Barricade. I remember when he got on, he was like, holy crap, I'm talking to you guys. I'm like, we're just normal guys. We're no celebs at all.
Talk about yourself, I'm a yeah, exactly. I can't get this.
Is there a good thing this is widescreen, right?
Yeah.
So let's see here. We have. Oh, actually, I lost my own feed. Look at that. I got to hit F5 myself now.
We only got 9 watching right now.
There we go. Yeah. So that's not bad for 10 seconds that we've been up. So, I'm looking at the latency now. Like, I'm able to type. I'm going to type, welcome. See, I'm trying to do it without making noise. I type super loud on this keyboard. There, that was the quietest I've ever done.
It's 4 seconds lagged for the video.
Yeah, that's way better.
Yeah, way better. And the quality still looks really good.
Good. Yeah, because that's the thing. There's this little disclaimer. It says the quality may go down if you do that. Because I think the idea is it takes, they're basically rushing the encode in order to see it quicker, so it's less quality. But so Barricade wrote, you guys rock. Yes, Raiden, and got yet another cap, too.
Yeah. Nice.
I can't remember what that was. I have to go back to your channel and check it out. But yeah, Barricade, I gotta ask you, Barricade. I've been trying to do YouTube Shorts. I tried doing one where I did a preview of my arcade because it was all up and running. But on my end, it looks like a regular video. I wasn't sure if you guys what it looked like. It should be a YouTube Short. That's what I filed it under, but it still doesn't work. Barricade wrote, Brian, we're like their cheerleaders.
It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Troy was saying he had a great time when you were on. We were just having just an awesome time with you.
Yeah.
It was funny, making him laugh. CC Games, Kevin, a.k.a. Kevin, wrote, I get that sometimes, too. I guess when he's streaming. He was talking about the pain.
No.
You kind of tell you're in 30 frames per second 4K. Yeah, I guess, Brian, what are you watching it on? Like a 4K TV? Yeah, I was actually going to film it or try it in 24 frames per second to be more cinematic, but I think it would just get butchered on YouTube. It's, there's certain things out of my control that I can't do. Like when I'm releasing my videos, I have control over that in my editing software, but here it's just on the fly and I'm at the mercy of the encoders on their end. But yeah, it looks cool. I'm glad.
Corey said you guys are back. Been a while since the last one. Yeah, it has been, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been a long time. So this is kind of like a Dell's Roundtable test because I have gotten new hardware. And for the longest time, I asked these guys, like, since I last went on, right? I've been like always fighting with this hardware, getting no audio, getting out of sync, and just driving them crazy. Poor guys. But I guess this is a really good test, so everybody will be happy next week. So most likely, if this is working now, maybe next Wednesday we can do something where I can put something out on the weekend, like save the date kind of thing to people, and then we'll start like at 9 o'clock or something like that. Or even maybe 10 o'clock. That might be better.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I think 10 will be better. We'll get on at 9, right? And we'll plan everything out. We'll get on at 10 o'clock, and then we'll get off by 11. So it'll be an hour show.
Cool.
Ask everybody here. What does everybody think the best time is to do it?
Oh yeah, what do you 15 people out of 5,000? That's right. I finally hit 5,000, guys. So I'm psyched about that. A giveaway's coming. You guys get the preview, but I am going to do a giveaway. I have to shoot the video, just a short little video with a link, but I'm giving away $100 in prizes to Arcade Parts and Repair.
Nice.
So, and it's not sponsored, believe it or not. I actually won that just from a contest he had. So every time you fill out a survey or leave a review, he puts your name in a hat. And I've won it 3 times, believe it or not. I just got super lucky. So this third time, I'm like, all right, what if I just give it away? I don't need it right now. So I'm going to pay it forward to you guys. You can win it. So I'm going to give away 2 $50 gift cards to lucky winners, just randomly drawn. So I will have that link up probably by next week. It'll be very quick to shoot.
I want to win.
Yeah, everybody's eligible. Nobody's, I might even click on it. No, I'll be ineligible. And all the Dell's Roundtable people too. Sorry. No, I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding. I know nothing. I'll just be like, Bartholomew Johnson. You put whatever name you want. Just one.
You'll never see this board again.
Oh, that hurt. He just stabbed me. Oof. That's my Zookeeper board. So I did buy Zookeeper because Troy's kind of convincing me that I should start practicing and trying maybe for a world record or something. It's ironic because I do love that game. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're borderline 10 million now?
Yeah, I feel like I can get there. I get 5 million pretty consistently now. And then I think, you know what it is? I think my play style, like I've watched other world record runs and I feel like their techniques, I'm like, oh, why did you do that? You could have done this and got more points. Like, I feel like I can maximize it. And my techniques is just, I'm still not there where I can pass like, 30 boards in a row and go on like an hour marathon, but I do maximize my points, and then I can get to like the invisible board 3 times now. I just keep rotating through it. So I'll get there eventually. I just got to practice more.
You do have a little ways to go. I just looked it up. 38 million, 240.
That's not that far. I'm gonna get a 30 million point jump, and I'm gonna document it on this channel. Like
I've
that's
actually-
my.
Nice.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and I'm gonna do it. So that's why I bought the hardware, because right now I'm running a J-Rock, which is pretty darn accurate. I've played at Troy's house. He has 2 machines. One has J-Rock, the other one has the boards, and I cannot tell the difference side by side. I played them both. Plus mine seems pretty accurate, but I can tell in MAME. So because of that, Troy's like, you know what? If you're being serious about this, why don't you just get a real board set? Start looking for one. So I said, all right. And then it just happened to pop up, and I wasn't really ready to buy it. I had to scrounge to do it, but it ended up working out. So I got an original board set that was partially working, and now it's 100% working. So I'll probably get that installed over the winter.
Yeah, about time.
Yeah, Troy, you're doing good too. You got your first 1 million point jump?
Yeah, no, I suck.
No, you don't suck. I mean, go back to my original videos where I'm like, holy crap, I got a 1 million point jump. I can't believe it. I'll never get that again, So
Yeah.
that's where you start. And
I'm
Dustin's
stuck-
doing good too.
Stuck between 1 and 2. I can't get past 2 million. Shoot,
Wow.
most of the time I'm lucky to break 500,000 because I'm 280G.
Ah. Well, I mean, it's still, I curse more at my game now more than I did before, and that's because of you guys. I'm hanging out between you and Dustin.
Yeah,
I
let's
curse.
actually put that where it really belongs. Dustin, okay?
Yeah. Well, Troy surprised me too. Like he's all like
Yeah,
proper
but
and
come
stuff,
on,
and then when I'm
man.
hanging out with him, he's like,
I think
mother effer,
The
you
neighbor's
stupid
like
bubba."
a block. The neighbor's like a block away. Hear him.
Who was it that brought me this? Was it you, Dell?
Yes, I brought that over. Show that again.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
I gave that to who used to do that too, Richie Knuckles. I bought 2 of them with the intent on just putting one in my arcade and giving one away, and I ended up giving one to you and one to him. But I should have kept it in mind because I swear like a sailor now. It sucks.
Always bad. When Zookeeper's playing, there's all kind of.
You know who I curse at too is not the animals but the monkey. That monkey that throws the coconuts.
Yeah.
He gets possessed on mine sometimes and like machine guns it and all in one direction, and there's nowhere to go, and it like there's no way to get out of it, and I get killed and I get pissed off. So I'm looking else who was on here. Who tested the tube? Oh, they're talking about they're having their own conversation over there.
Oh, they're trying
Oh,
to.
Mikey Currington, you didn't have to do that during a test. He just gave $20.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
when you coming?
Damn.
When you coming around here, Mikey? I know he was within driving distance. It's still pretty far, but if you're ever in the tri-state area, pay me a visit.
Did you see what he said?
I'll give you a tour.
Where's
What's
he
that?
at?
He gave you $20 money for silicone spray to get more speed out of your joystick.
I actually, ironically, I did that to Troy's Donkey Kong recently. That's exactly what I put in.
Okay.
Yeah, Mikey, I need to rebuild my whole control panel. Because I have a spare one from, it's not Take Man, it's some other guy on Clav that did powder coating, but I have a replica that I made, and I have the real joysticks. Right now I'm doing the Wicco joystick, which is the fat, like, ball top. I have the skinny, small ball top, which is the proper one. I got to put that in. Yeah, Brian, you can hang out with, he's saying that he sucks at all games, so he yells at myself. That's what he wrote. You can hang out with Jeff Kinder, because he has all these great games, and he's great at restorations, but he's like, I suck at the games. That's what he's
Same
telling me.
here.
Well, Mike, you're doing good at, what is it? What's the one that you
Yeah,
played?
There's a couple games.
Ice Cold
yeah.
Beer?
Yeah, Ice
He
Cold.
Killed
like-
everybody on that.
Mike's the Pooyan guy.
Oh, yeah, Puyan. Puyan is fun.
Yeah, I love
Did I
that.
say it right? Puyan? Puyan?
Puyan. Yeah.
Puyan.
Yep. I was going
Hey,
to ask.
Mikey said
Yeah.
he
How,
can be
so where's Mikey Currigan from? Currington, sorry.
from
Roughly.
I know he's Midwest-ish.
He said that
I
Detroit.
forget.
Detroit. Can you hear me?
I heard you. Detroit, huh? All right.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Michigan.
planning to-
Michigan's not too far. I've been there.
He said he's planning to hit Virginia sometime around May. That's when we did the last No, that was the first little summer camp we did here. Well, we didn't call it summer camp. We called it what do we call it? I don't know, just a get together.
Yeah, I
That was
forgot
in
all
May.
that.
It's so cool because every.
Might
Go
have to
ahead.
do another. We'll probably have to do another one next May or June, July, something like that.
Well,
Hey, I'm gonna.
I want to get everybody up here, so you can't steal it again. We got
I'll
to
be
work in
right
a
back.
time
I'm
to
gonna
get
grab
everybody
something.
up here.
I came up there.
I know you did, yes. I want to, a couple days like you got, and everybody help me repair my arcade games.
Oh, now that's what it is. Yeah, and I don't blame you.
Yeah, but we can still have our usual.
I'm
tournament.
down for it.
Yeah.
Just set up the don't sell the motor.
Oh, sweet. Brian's got miles to fly. Brian can come out and visit us. Nice. Yeah, you're always welcome anytime, Brian. That'd be cool.
Save your miles. Go meet us at ZapCon, because that's what I'm gonna do next year. There's a lot of guys I know. I know a ton of people out in Arizona. If you want to meet J Rock, he's out there at ZapCon every year. So we hang out with him. We hang out with Paul. We hang out with John. John's out there. Robert Harker's probably going to be out there from Vegas.
Well, you know how it is. It's always just been a COVID thing. So hopefully next year will be better.
Yeah, Jeff's not on, but he runs CAX, and CAX to me, they should have skipped it this year. I mean, it was good or whatever, but to me, I'm not going to risk it till next year.
Wait a minute. Hold the phone, people. Omega Mark just laid down the big information. Age of Empires 4 is coming out tomorrow? Shit, man, I love that game. I played that a
Steam?
whole bunch.
I remember Age of Empires. Yep.
I gotta look it up right now. Age of Empires.
And you with your 3080, your RTX.
Yeah, overkill for that game, but yeah.
I'm sure it could run perfectly fine. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Age of Empires 4. Oh, ho, ho.
So I'm going to switch over because I'm going to just examine. I want to show you guys something here. I'm going to turn on my other light, and I'm going to switch over to my overhead view. So let me move my camera. Oh, sorry, my mic.
Hey, Mikey's leaving us. Bye, Mikey.
Later.
Later,
Good
Mike.
to see you, man.
Have a good evening, bud.
Come to Virginia. Look us up.
Or up to Fun Spot up here in New Hampshire.
Parts in here. My remote. So there we go. That's better. So right now I have, by the way, the reason I have this, I'll go back to it over here. The reason I have this, can you see it? This thing right here, and I'll talk about it more as we go. Brian already knows this too, and all the other guys. But I had the naked gun incident. We'll just put it that way, where I was live on YouTube and I forgot I had my wireless mic on, so you can kind of figure it out from there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have this mic that I can walk away from now.
Well,
it wasn't a bad thing.
We experienced you going to the bathroom once on our
Yeah,
Zoom.
and I think Omega Mark? He left the best comment in history, where I was making fun of Jay for using the bathroom all the time.
Yep.
And then here I am. He's like, I forgot what he wrote. He wrote a comment that was really funny. That was like a pun. But let me actually switch. I'm gonna switch the chat over to my other monitor up here if I can, if it lets me.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
I'll make a mark. I can't. I'll have to think. I'll have to do some googling and find out what was my first RTS game. I mean, I know I played Warcraft 1, which I loved back then. I know I played some other ones. What's the name of it? I'll have to look them up.
Hey, Dell, Brian said, at least you washed your hands.
Can you change the font size?
Okay, Warcraft 1 was 1994.
And then Mark says that then Dell conveniently cut out that part of the video. Yeah, I agree. That was too.
I did. I had to edit it out. You know why? Because
That was hilarious.
YouTube has like, YouTube has something dumb like standard and practices, like all companies do, so they don't get sued. And that was risky behavior for them. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cut it out because, I mean, I don't really care. It wasn't a big deal. People know I wash my hands.
I mean,
That's
at
pretty
least you
much.
didn't have a camera with you. I mean, that was the biggest thing.
Yeah, I know. But still, it was like I was putting my daughter to bed. I'm like, good night. She's like, I love you. You can hear all that like in the video. So, but yeah, they have. They would totally would have. I don't know. I didn't want to risk my channel going down because they'll shut you down in 2 seconds for stuff like that.
Yeah, the P detector is going to get you.
All right, so this is a K4900 I have. I'm not going to work on it today, but I did clean it up. I washed it. This has been sitting around for probably a week and a half now. I don't think I need a new flyback. It's not cracked or anything. I do have an extra one if I need it, but I'm a big believer in if it's not broken, leave it alone. If it's not cracked, I inspected it. There's no arcing marks on the metal or anything, so it should be fine. And this is all original. This whole thing. It looks like it was serviced, but I think that's just a tag from the people who worked on it or inspected it, because this thing actually had, you know how they put silicone over here, on the neck where they can't take it off? I had to actually cut it with a razor. It was brand new. Well, it had never been cut. So I basically gotta cap it. The only thing is that someone probably tried to adjust this here. Can you see how it's wobbling? See that? It's kind of flickering on camera, but oh, I forgot I can zoom on this thing. There we go. It's part of the setup, part of the rig. This right here is kind of wobbly. You see it? Where it moves around. It's not supposed to do that. But it's intact. So,
Well, most of the time they still work, so I wouldn't even worry about it.
yeah, well, I talked to Peter at Arcade Parts and Repair, and he said that there is no replacement for this, but people have had good luck using, and he gave me a model number. It's like a K7000. It has to have, there's 4 or 5 different K7000 ones that he sells, but he gave me the exact model that people have swapped in, and it's been fine.
Okay.
So I figured for posterity and just to see, let's say this was broken, right? Or someone had one that was broken. How are they ever going to fix it? Are they going to trash it? So you might as well use my channel to find out if it really works, right? So why not replace it, on a live YouTube video and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, then I'll take it from there. But if it does work, then people know, okay, you can replace this with the other model. So I don't know. I don't know if it has the same footprint or what. But
Yeah, good camera.
But yeah, this is one of my favorite chassis to work on. It's really easy to take out. It's only 2 screws. I just like the overall design. It's really easy to cap. On the back, it actually has everything screen printed on there, and it's correct. I know the GL7 has one cap that's off, but this one's pretty accurate. The only thing that's hard to work on about these is that you just have to reflow, because there's a lot of times the traces get lifted, if they get really hot.
Omega Mark wants to know if it cracked due to heat.
What cracked? What are we talking about?
I'm assuming the coil.
Oh, this? No, I think it's just somebody whacked it.
Oh, okay.
Somebody probably reached in to adjust something and popped it. Or, if you think about it, I'm gonna use my hands here, but it's a game that's normally you have the monitor going like this, but they twist it on its side because it's a vertical game. So when you want to do the width, you have to do the width coil in order to do the height, right? So they probably messed with the height or something and ended up breaking it. A lot of people use Allen wrenches when they shouldn't. Ask Kapow. He told me that time he used the Allen wrench. Did he tell you that story? He put it in there, and he's like, he kept getting shocked and wondering why. He's like, I don't understand. I'm like, it's metal.
Well, it shouldn't shock you. It just gets kind of hot.
He got a shock. He was like, ah.
Yeah.
I guess it depends which model you work on, but you want to do it with this thing right here. It's like the tool. I'll zoom out so you can see it. This is like a foot long. By the way, I want to give a tribute out to Ken Layton. The late Ken Layton just passed away. I heard about it yesterday. But he actually suggested that I get this. He told me the model number. I looked it up and bought 10 of them. But this is like a foot long. It has you can put it right in. It fits right in here, and you can turn it. See, if I turn this, the whole thing will turn with it. This whole thing twists back and forth, and that's what I don't want. So I'd have to hold it and then do it. But anyway, it fits right in. But Allen key will fit right in there too, but it'll give you a shock. And then, this is for like all the stuff you can't reach. It's great because it's really tall and you can reach in without getting shocked or the risk of it while it's on. So that's why I love this thing. But yeah, so this is it, nice and clean. You could tell I hate these that are gray like that. That's how I know they're always old, because they're huge. But the new ones are probably around this size compared to that. But everything else, nothing looks burned up on here. The fuse is definitely blown. I can see it right there. Most likely it's the hot that got taken out.
What game did that come out of?
This is for my Ring King.
Oh, okay.
If you guys are first hearing of it, I got a Ring King. I got it for $75 through my buddy Steve at Fireball Arcade. He was picking up 2 other arcades, and the guy did not want to sell just 2. He wanted to sell all of them to get rid of them. And then he called me up. He said, "Hey, you want Ring King?" I said, "Absolutely. I love that game as a kid." So for $75, I just PayPal'd him, and then or was it 100? I can't remember. It was very cheap either way, but he kept it in his storage in the back of his arcade for a few months, and then when I finally got down, when I visited Troy and all that, I brought it up with Northeast Mike. Thanks to Mike with his trailer. But
Yep.
It's at Jeff's house now. We're working on it. I've been shooting it the whole time, doing all the Bondo work. I posted on my Instagram and all that too. So if you guys want to check it out, you can go to Instagram right here. And also, on Twitter, I have all my stuff. But yeah, so I can't wait. So this was dead. It was playing blind, basically. The game worked. We can hear it coin up. Hopefully it's fine. I have the PCB here, and I do have an adapter, so I should pop it on there to see if it's working. But I'm pretty sure it is, so I didn't even bother. But most likely, I got to change out this transistor right here. It's the STR381. That's the hot. And then on this side, there's another voltage regulator, I think, for that one there. Yeah. But this is probably fine. I'm going to test them. I'm going to take them out. I already started, because I'm so rusty at this, I made a diagram of what's the emitter, the base, and the collector, and then, the Sanken STR381. So I got to just download the data sheet on that and figure out if it's PNP or NPN. I have no idea. And then
I believe your hot's gonna be the one over there by your flyback, and then the regulator should be on the other.
Oh,
side.
it's the opposite. Yeah, so I mixed it up. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. But I know one of them is definitely dead. I mean, if it's a dead monitor, it's not getting it wasn't getting any neck glow or anything. So most likely it was the fuse pops for a reason. It's usually because of the hot. So this looks unmolested. Like, it's not like somebody did a bad cap job. It's just probably just maintenance that wore out over time. But it looks so nice and clean. Even this looks factory here.
Yeah, it looks clean.
Yeah, there's a diode on there. Or actually, no. I'm looking. Is it? I can tell if I think it's a diode or resistor. I can't tell. But I got to give the whole thing. These are notorious for getting cold solder joints, so I'm going to reflow everything. I'll show you the proper way to reflow it. A lot of people just add solder. You're really supposed to remove the solder. I usually add solder first, remove it, and then put new solder on. But yep. So when you guys want to do stuff, I don't know, Troy, when you're once you get your stuff set up and you get your camera in your workshop, we can just cap something together and just shoot the breeze. It's always fun to talk about stuff.
Definitely got plenty of stuff to cap around here. That's for sure.
Yep. Now I'm looking up here on my other monitor. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at here. Let's see if I can show you. What did she write? I just got a text.
She says, "Go to bed."
Aw. No, I sent her a video on Instagram about this kid that got a haircut. It's been going viral and it's very cute. She wrote, "This was so nice." Yeah, she's upstairs. Sometimes she'll watch my video upstairs. She'll be like, "Oh, I saw your live video. It was cool." She supports my channel a lot. She loves it.
That's good.
And she played Pac-Man today. I was shocked. I almost fell on the floor. He wrote, I saw what you wrote, Troy. You wrote, "We are live. Where's Drunk Timmy?"
Oh, on the
So-
chat, yeah.
I'm going to change to my, I'm going to run my webcam here, see if it's working. I don't know if it's connected. Let's see. Let me double check here. All right, let me switch over. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you guys can. Okay, so it's working. So I have my chat box here now. Check it out. This is where I usually put my schematics when I'm working on stuff. So that's what you're seeing from the top. I have my workshop. I have my chat box right there so I can read now because I'm blind. I got to figure out how to make the font bigger. I'll figure that out later. That's my monitor that can check stuff out, and that's my broadcast and my OBS. Behind the curtain, look, infinity. And there's I could just bring this right over here like that. So, all right, let me switch back to the other one. Cool.
Yeah, I think you're gonna need to get a bigger monitor, though. You got a
For which
birthday
one?
You got a birthday coming up, don't you?
Yeah, it's the big 5-0, man.
Yeah,
Can you
man.
believe that? I
You
don't
need
even.
the
People are like,
extra-
what? I thought you were 30 something. Yep. So that shows you,
You see what happens when you turn 50? You have to start keeping these on your head.
I know, I used to never need glasses, and then I made the mistake of getting them. I could have survived without them, but I was getting migraines, and then the doctor was like, it could be your eyesight. And then I got the glasses, the migraine stopped, and then, the rest is
Yeah.
history. They kept getting.
It's been like a year and a half since I
I
started to
get
have
it
to
every
use
year
them.
now. He's like, yeah, your eyesight changed. I'm like, shit. So
Yep.
it's always my close eyesight that gets screwed up. Oh, sorry, I'm talking outside the mic here.
Well, that's
I'm
what
going to
this
switch
one-
over. There we
Oh,
go.
these different readers.
I'm going to turn this off too and get back to romantic mode.
I can't even see my phone.
All right, guys, I gotta go. As you know,
Okay.
Thursdays are my early morning.
Oh, yeah, this is a weekday for you, right? I forget. For me, I was off today, so I was good. All right. Thanks, Mike, for hanging out.
Good night, everybody, and Omega. Thanks for the tip. I didn't know Age of Empires 4 is coming out. I'll probably.
I'm going to look that up too. I just wrote it down.
I already went and looked at the videos and stuff, so I'll probably have to buy it.
Yeah. So
All
I'm
right,
writing
guys.
it down.
Talk
Later,
to you
Mike.
Later. Bye.
Yeah, I'll see you next week.
Yep.
All right. So, I know. Did he just freeze? Oh, Troy's still on. There we go. So I have to position myself over here so I don't. I could just make you a little smaller if you want to. There.
Over here, and my laptop died. Everything shut down. I just
Yeah,
went
I just saw it turn to. It just said your name without video for a second. Weird.
I forgot that the outlet was turned off.
Yep. So now I got to move my window because my window is on the other side of the world on my other monitor over there. So I'll move that. What did I do? Oh, there it is.
Well, the good news is it looks like the streaming software is working now. So.
I think so. I think it's working good. I think it's acceptable for streams.
We go
It's
live.
definitely better quality than I've seen out there. So I think it's okay.
Good deal. Now we can do this a little bit more often.
Yeah.
The
So I
last
might
one,
jump. Well, go ahead.
6 months ago.
Was it?
It's been a while, I think.
Somebody do the research. Brian, get out there. Let me know when the last roundtable is. I might have a playlist for it. I can look. I have it somewhere. I'll go to my channel, and then on the left, I see my playlist over here. I have to go to library. There it is. Where is it? Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't show up for me. Probably because I'm the creator. But yeah, somebody tell me. When was the last time we did it? It's a long time ago.
4 months ago.
Wow. That was basically the beginning of the summer.
Then we did
Yeah.
one 2 months before.
Because even with us getting together for the roundtable, we didn't always do it every week. Sometimes we didn't do it. Other times, Jeff jokingly renamed it. We'd call it Arcade Thursdays at first, then Arcade Fridays. And then he named it Arcade Thursdays, sometimes Wednesdays, maybe Fridays or something. Group, like he named it that.
Sundays or something to it.
I forgot what he named it.
Whenever we feel like it. How about that?
Yeah, whatever we feel like group. But I'll try to get a schedule going because if I can do this once a week, that would be fun. And I can share updates. So the two things I got on my radar right now, one is to do the sweepstakes for the $100 giveaway for the arcade repair shop, whatever. And 2 would be I want to do an update video where I do a walkthrough through the arcade because it's running fine. I redid everything because I had a flood down here. Yes, guys, I had a flood. Another one. Hurricane Ida kind of. It wasn't really like horrible. I had a lot of seepage coming on from the wall. It never happened before. I never had issues, but I had about 6 feet from the wall. My rug was just soaked. I ended up wet vacuuming like 5 gallons out of it. So I took that opportunity to put up some black lighting, to get rid of stuff, to move things around, shuffle the games around. I have an Atari row now. I have a Midway row. And then Reactor, obviously, because I didn't want the artwork to get ruined, that's why I put the artwork on it, because I didn't want it sitting on the floor. Just in case, that was an expensive art package from Phoenix Arcade, so...
You got lucky. Printed. It could have been much worse.
Yeah, and it happened again after, because the ground was so saturated that it kept doing it. I was like, oh, it happened again. But this last rainstorm, we had like flash flood warnings the last 2 days. Nothing. It's been fine. So I'm thinking it was just a fluke like I thought. Hopefully, knock on wood.
I had one little flood when I was building this arcade. And of all games I had on the floor was Journey. I was laying on its side.
Oh, okay.
But I fixed it. It should be all right. But,
right. Cool.
Luckily, not a whole lot of games were in here at the time.
Wow. Yeah, my cousin got 2 feet of water in his basement. And he had like a home theater system, in his closet. Like he said, everything got destroyed. Like there's nothing. He just threw his hands up and was like, what am I going to do? I have insurance. So, I'm not sure if he had flood insurance. I know he had home insurance, but I got to ask him. I haven't talked to him since. I know they've been busy doing stuff, so I don't want to bother him. And then my other friend, you probably know him. He's the guy that runs the Retro World Expo. He's one of the founders. If you go to Retroware TV, one of those guys, he basically was buying one of my cabinets, and he hasn't been able to pick it up because his basement got flooded. So he said they're just redoing the whole thing. They're gutting it and redoing it. But he has probably like 15 to 16 games down there, and he said nothing really got bad, but he got maybe, 3 inches of water, but still he had carpet and he had 3 inches of water on top of the carpet. So that's a lot of water. He's sloshing through it.
Not good.
I know. And he has sub pumps. He said they couldn't keep up.
It's kind of dangerous putting games in a basement. Let's just face it. You do it, you're playing Russian roulette most of the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I tried to plan well by being on top of a hill. So everything, like all my neighbors, they get flooded basements and leaks. I've never had it. I just had the issue where my water heater can't help that no matter what you do. That basically exploded and got on this wall over here. But that was just, that's not because of rain outside.
I've got my water heater in my garage that way. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, C-Fella 1974 said, oh my God, my basement started to fill up last weekend too. My sub basin was empty and the pump was working. Wow, yeah. When you rely on technology for anything.
Hey, the pump was working though. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. My friend never lost power. It was pumping. It was working. He said it just could not keep up. The volume that came down, it was like 2 to 3 inches per hour. Just,
Make sure if you have a basement, make sure on your insurance policy that you have sewage backup coverage, because if if the water comes in through a sewage backup or whatever, and it's going to be Cat 3 water, which is nasty stuff, your insurance policy is not going to cover it unless you have that extra rider on your policy.
That happened to me at my old house that I had. We were getting water coming up, and luckily I was able to contain it to a small area because I just happened to be home. But if I hadn't been home, it would have flooded the whole basement. It was stuck. Something was stuck outside. It wasn't even ours. It was the city.
Luckily, I'm in the water restoration business, and I had the equipment on hand when the Journey got messed up, and I just put the DU and some fans on it right away and saved the whole side of that thing. I got very lucky with that.
Yeah. That's the thing. A lot of the stuff is just luck. Like,
I mean, it swelled up to like 1.25 inches thick, but I was able to sand it down, wood hardener it, and you can't tell it ever swelled up now. It's pretty
Yeah.
nice. But
Cool.
yep. But you got a dehumidifier in your basement, don't you?
I do. I've had it for 5 years. It's the best thing I've ever gotten. Like I remember when I first got it, like I didn't know any better. Like I just put it on full blast, and I'd have to empty that thing twice a day. Like that's how much water came out of this basement. But then I realized, wait a minute, I'm setting it too high, and it was too dry down here. And
Yeah.
people were saying if you have pinball games and you set it too high, it can actually dry rot your rubbers on everything. So they said you got to set it. So I found a good medium. I set mine to around 50 for the humidity level, and I never really have to empty it, like maybe once a week.
Okay.
So more in the summer because the AC is on and it creates more humidity. But in the winter, I usually never have to empty it at all. So it stays nice and dry. It's boiling down here now because I have all the games on. Because we had my daughter brought one of her friends over from school. This little kid, this little boy. I'm like, he's not your boyfriend. He's just a boy. That's a friend, But she can't get married till she's 50. I told her.
That's right.
So, but you never want, as a dad, you're like, I don't want any boys in the house. But he came over and they were playing, and then he kept asking me, "Can I go downstairs in the arcade?" He's never seen it. I was like, "Oh, fine." So I turned it all on, and they were just like, they had a ball just playing the driving game, and he was playing Pac-Man, and then they played. Once they got into the fighting game, it was over. With the, you just mash the buttons and they're fighting each other. They were only 5, so
That's
they had a
good.
good time.
Yeah, that's good.
But all right, so I think this test was successful. The thing I fixed in this version of the test, round 2, was the latency. So, I should do a test. Let me see. If I say, everybody type the word Atari in the chat right now. We'll see how many seconds.
Nobody's listening.
Yeah, that was about 5 seconds. Yep, so that's very quick. So that means, I like to interact with people, and I don't like when, like, you have someone talking about something, and then a minute later, I see it, and then by the time I answer it, you guys see it a minute later, and you react, so it takes forever. Cool. I just looked around. I'm like, oh, I have my Atari sign. It's arcade-related, right?
Okay.
So, cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go for now, but stay tuned because we're probably going to get together next Wednesday. I can give you an agenda. Check this out. I wrote it down here. I'm doing it far away. But anyway, we're going to be talking about world records and form factors. So the basic idea of it is like, people are breaking world records. And I'll give you an example. Pole position recently got broken. And I'm all for the guy. I'm not contesting anything. But we just wondered, like, you know what? He did it on a cockpit. And the cockpit has a break in it. But the upright does not have a break in it. So does he have to show that he didn't use the brake? How everybody shows the PCBs and all that, and they have to say, oh, okay, you're really taking his word, yeah, I never touched the brake. But technically it gives you an unfair advantage. But it's all categorized under one world record. So should we maybe approach it with like, well, the cockpit world record and then the upright world record? So who knows? I know we're kind of ruining the system, but there's a lot of games like that. Track and field, there's some that have trackballs, some have buttons. Race driving, the cockpit and the upright are different. Zookeeper, what if I break the world record and I'm using the Wickel joystick that's not supposed to be used? I'm using another one. Does that count? So questions like that. We're going to be talking about it, all our opinions, all that stuff. So I know you want to answer, Troy. You're like, oh, I know the answer to that. I want to talk about it. I'm like, don't talk about it yet. So, and plus, what's great about this is we'll be doing it live, so we're going to get everybody's input. So I'm going to announce it probably this weekend so that people can kind of bookmark it, save the date kind of thing. D. Jones is like, yeah, I'm writing Atari now. I think he's behind in the stream. He has to kind of fast forward a little bit.
Well, Omega Mark just mentioned the missile command with the small and big trap ball.
Yep, that's on my list. I don't want to say it, but that's on our list. So we got Missile Command, Monocle GP, Turbo, Track and Field, Zookeeper, Donkey Kong, Arkanoid. Arkanoid has 2 different spinners, believe it or not. I have the cocktail and the upright, and I know that for a fact. Then we'll get more technical, like Star Wars, 6100 monitor versus the Ampliphone. The 6100 actually lags a little bit, so it's easier to play. when there's a lot on the screen. So there's a lot of good discussion about this. It's going to be a really good one. So we're going to start. I'm going to start trying to write material so that we can talk about. We can kind of stay on track and not talk about movies. We'll talk about all arcade related stuff. That was my goal. Yeah, we'll name it the Arcade Whistleblowers. That'd be a good episode. Dell's Whistleblowers. So yeah, but thanks for showing up, and hopefully the test was successful for you guys. Where it was very helpful in you guys saying, "Hey, we're having focus issues." And you know what? I want to do this too. I'm going to turn this monitor on. Let me know if it looks bad to you. Because that was another issue that I was having where that was interfering with the camera where it was focusing. So I turned it off. But I will have it on. It's my Dreamcast on my PVM. I'm talking away from the mic now, so. Let's see. Alright, so I just loaded up a game. And I will shut off the sound. I turned it off for my daughter. There we go. All right, so that should look okay. It's not. It shouldn't be washed out here. I'll kind of move over so you can see it a little bit.
Blurry.
It looks what?
It's blurry on my end, but then again,
It does because it's not focused on it. It's supposed to look blurry because it's the background. But see how it starts focusing and not. So my camera, I just got to find out what settings are best for it. But yeah, I like to have that running in the background. What's running right now is Dolphin Blue. That's a Thomas Wave running on the Dreamcast. Believe it or not, somebody ported it over. It's not really supposed to be on that hardware, but it's a really good game. It's like Metal Slug with dolphins. That's all it is. Cool.
Yeah,
so
that's your head's normally covering that monitor anyway. So
yeah. Yeah, you can see it right there. But see, it looks kind of cool in the background being blurry. I look like a real arcade guy. It gives me authenticity.
I turned all my games off so it didn't annoy everybody with the sounds.
Just, well, I mean, Xenon is the one that's loud, right?
I think they all are.
Yeah. So cool. Somebody wrote Dolphin Slug. That was
I
Brian.
think Matthew is the most annoying one.
Yeah, it's going to keep going out of whack. The other thing, too, is I'm having it set to my face. I'm going to change that to just focus. I just got to mess with the camera. This camera is, like, really pro, so it has all these, like, crazy settings that everybody's used to their phones, which does everything automatically. But yeah, if I zoom in, for example, on my face, well, if I zoom out, it'll get worse. But if I zoom in, let's see.
Don't zoom in.
See how I got out of focus? Now it's focused because it tracked my face. But now it says, okay, I'm going to stick on your face, and it's really not going to fluctuate too much. But if I zoom out, it thinks that's the face, and it goes crazy. So we'll get there slowly. But I'm really pleased that the audio portion is working. And Brian, I'm going to play it back and watch this whole thing. But I should buffer it now because I don't think it's going to auto-delete. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that the audio is on point where I'm in sync. Where I got the delay correctly with this microphone, because that was the main struggle I had, was the delay. It was really bad. I'm not sure what it's called, Brian. He said fixed focal point. It's possible. I might have to play with the f-stop on it too, because I might have to open up the aperture a little bit. But yeah, I'll nail it down. Don't worry about that. But you can see in the background blurriness. It looks like... you see right there? It's like basically Metal Slug.
Looks fine.
But yeah, it's really good. It's exactly the same game, except there's this one part you ride on dolphins, and the dolphins can attack. It's a really pretty looking game too. It's very colorful. I've been wanting to play it for years, and they finally ported it. I'm like, hey, I finally have it. And of course, I bought it before I copied it to my SD card. So
You get that reactor working over there.
yeah, soon. I need the brackets. I have everything. I have the hardware,
Oh,
trackball, everything.
Just forgot to fabricate you some, I guess.
Yeah, Brian's confirming audio sounds good and no delay. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, thanks, Mikey. I know Mikey popped in. He saw I had a live thing and donated money. Nobody has to do that. I don't do this for money. I do it for fun. So It's just a hobby. I just enjoy doing it and paying it forward. So the next time you'll probably see my face is when I'm doing the video that says, here's the contest, join it. I might even shoot it now. I'm feeling ambitious. Right after this, I'll just turn my camera on and shoot it real fast. So
You do
Great.
that.
what's that?
I said, while you do that, I'm going to bed.
Okay, go ahead. I can sleep in tomorrow, so I'm staying up probably another hour.
I'll be up in
So.
about 6 hours.
Oof. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care. Let me see if I can do this and get out of this. I'm a little slow to get out. There we go. I'm going to just put this up. Thanks, guys.